Day, 1 year since Donald Trump's historic victory. So how are Trump voters feeling 12 months later?
We've got a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. It surveyed residents from the 438 counties in key battleground states. 41% of those in those counties say the country is worse off now than it was when Mr. Trump became president. 32% said it's better off, and 26% said things are about the same.
In those key counties, 48% approve of the job President Trump is doing, while 50% disapprove. And that leads us nicely into Nicole Wallace, who hit the road to talk to the actual people polled.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Nicole. Good morning, guys. Nice to be back. So 1 year ago, many of us were taken completely off guard by Donald Trump's ability to flip traditionally blue counties and make them red. He couldn't have done it without winning over a lot of Democrats. And for the past year, we've hit the road to hear their stories.
You know, my grandpa, my dad, they were union guys, so I never even thought about voting for a Republican.
They're the voters who shook Washington.
First time I voted Republican in many years.
Former Democrats, supporters of President Obama, even first-time voters. All of them crossing over 1 year ago, helping to send Donald Trump to the White House.
We all thought it was time to change, true change.
How do they feel now? In Erie County, Pennsylvania, thousands of Democrats helped make Donald Trump the first Republican to win there since President Reagan.
Erie Talk in the morning.
I'm Barry Dane Steinhagen.
And if you listen to talk radio,
I support him now more than ever.
This is still Trump country.
He told you how he was going to lead. He's doing it that way.
But a recent poll by a local university finds the president's approval is slipping.
A Mercyhurst Center for Applied Politics said that 6 in every 10 voters say they have an unfavorable opinion of him.
I think there is a sense in this poll that he isn't doing what he said he was going to do.
Lisa Adams is a longtime reporter in Erie who saw Trump's strong support in the county before Election Day. Now she's seeing something else.
I think some of the policies are respected by people who voted for him, but his behavior and all of those distractions make it hard for them to believe that he's really going to accomplish what he said he's going to accomplish.
In Erie County, Donald Trump's approval rating has dropped almost 10 points since Election Day. Why do you think that is?
It hasn't dropped at my house.
When we met Judy Phelps in January, she was excited for the future.
Then how'd you feel on Election Day?
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
And how could we forget this message for then President-elect?
Think before you speak. Engage your brain before it comes out your mouth.
A year after voting for her first Republican president, she still supports him, but worries he didn't hear her advice.
When I knew that he was going to go on a 12-day tour of China and Japan, I was just keeping my fingers crossed that he is diplomatic.
Are you nervous when he talks?
A little bit.
It's just getting worse. It's getting rougher.
Dave Locke lost his job at General Electric last year. He supported Bernie Sanders in the primaries, but moved over to Donald Trump.
We see what's happened with General Electric, where they're cutting way back. Not going to happen.
When Trump campaigned here, he spoke directly to Dave and hundreds of other laid-off GE workers.
We're going to bring it back.
A year later, GE is shedding more than 500 additional jobs. But Dave has no regrets.
I still think he's doing a good job. I still like it. You know, in movies, you always see like the Harrison Fords in that play the president who's tough, you know, punches the bad guy in the face. Now we actually have one of those people, and he's going to get things done, and I think it's good.
You were pretty critical of the president for some of the fights he was having right at about the 100-day mark.
That fight's over. There's no need for it. You've won.
Well, now he's fighting with members of his own cabinet, former presidents, Republican senators.
I think they'd go away if everyone quit advertising him across the media world. We as a country are making him look like an ass. So he needs to try and defend himself.
Do you think he does anything to make himself look like an ass?
He helps, absolutely. I'm not saying that he's innocent in the matter, but maybe he's not doing it the most appropriate way or with the most appropriate of words, but leave him alone and let him do his job and see what he can do.
When we began this project, we met 10 former Democrats, all Obama supporters, who flipped for Trump in 4 states. All but one said they'd still vote for him today and still approve of the job he's doing. That one unhappy voter, he tells us if he had to do it over, he wouldn't vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. He'd just stay home.
I hope you keep this going. I think it's really informative and educational to follow these people and listen to how their opinions evolve or don't evolve.
And I love that Dave said it's not that he doesn't act like an ass, it's that we hope that you wouldn't show that. It's a real insight into their feelings about the media and what I know we all grapple with every day.
All right, Nicole.
It's fascinating.
Wow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.